that. And that is the big problem, is that they're trying, the way they're coping with the injuries from these vaccines is to pretend they don't exist and to punish people who get injured and then try to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good synopsis. I remember because I looked in my phone for the dates, and it was the end of February was the first jab, and then the 1st of April was the second, and I didn't really feel the full effect of the second one for about 2 weeks, and what it was is I was disabled. My hands swelled up and they froze, and I was getting ready to come out here. To come out to where you are, not here, but to the States, and I thought I'd been practicing, all went out the window, and I really wasn't sure if I was going to have to cancel, and I had to cancel a few other things that I wanted to do, but I thought would be detrimental to the progress or the healing process if there was going to be one. And that's the thing, is I didn't know. I mean, the uncertainty surrounding this thing has been mammoth. I think everybody I know has got what do they call it? The CAS, the anxiety syndrome. Everybody I know is unsettled about it. And for me, it was heightened by the fact that I had these adverse reactions. And the life-saving part of it was that I found a group of people who were inviting me to talk about it, because I couldn't talk about it anywhere. As you said, there was nobody listening, and it was very, very difficult to know what to do or how to. I thought I was going crazy, but I was invited into a group of people who have a channel on Telegram, and we. Which, by the way, the English government is getting ready to take down too. It was the leader of the Labour Party brought it up, I think, today in the House of Commons, that Telegram is a terrorist organisation, and it's got to be. So they're trying to prevent people who have a critical point of view or any kind of questioning nature from communicating with one another, and it's all it's getting really, really scary. But I was pissed off for 2 years that you take music out of the equation of our cultures. That everybody, we were all suffering from isolation, and I believe this is my calling to play music, and I don't even know what it's going to come out like, but I know it's beneficial because all music is. And so I have a strong conviction about that, and I was absolutely determined to beat these guys, and we'll just go down fighting, and that's still my mission. Is that, and it's funny because they can say stuff about me, but I actually haven't felt physical opposition anywhere. In fact, I felt more support as a result of this than I ever did before about anything. And I was always quite private about my beliefs and concerns. But the minute I got public with this and just told the truth, my truth, I suppose you could say, I could see really clearly what was real, genuine enthusiasm and relief and comfort from people that were feeling the same way. And I could spot I'd never seen the work of trolls before. I'm really quite naive about the internet and all that. But when I saw the sort of bad comments on Facebook, I thought, you can't be serious. This is like 3 guys that are doing this. They all use the same language and everything. It's just pathetic. And so and so the flack I'm getting is not even grown up. You know what I mean? It's not even substantial enough for me to be concerned about. And the support I get from some of the people that we know in common has been phenomenal and really uplifting. And so I'm really, I'm more determined than ever. I'm writing songs and recording, but it's come back. I've actually been working with healing. I've got a guy that works for me. It just revealed to me this year that he can heal with his hands. So I do that, and I do acupuncture, and I meditate a little bit, and I work until I'm, it goes away. Since if I don't play for a few days, I can go into kind of almost like semi-paralytic state of being, but I have to keep going. And we just did a tour, and it was fantastic, man. I played in Texas where there were really no restrictions, and they loved it, and we got flack from the Stone because we played in Louisiana or New Orleans, where apparently, and I noticed too that there was QR stuff everywhere and distancing and masks, but the agreement was, I will play anywhere as long as it's a non-discriminatory situation, and that worked. And I was really nervous, to be honest. I really thought, well, the way they changed the rules now, I thought by the time we got there in September, the goalposts will have moved, and I will have to honor my word, and maybe I'm going to travel all the way there, go to the hotel, sit in the hotel and wait. Someone will call me from the gig and say, guess what? They've broken their agreement. And then I've got to say, well, we're not going, and that's still, I've got that next year too. I face that predicament because they're declaring that the passport in the UK will be mandatory on the 22nd of December. And they did that really cleverly too, because they opened a box on the government website for people to write in and object, but they didn't tell anyone they'd done that. So you had to be on the underground networks to know that they'd done this. And then I filled in my objection and put it in, and guess what? It got laughed out of the Houses of Parliament yesterday. I think it was the 11th of, that was last week, I think. Well, no, it was yesterday that they laughed it out. I think you can see it on YouTube. They didn't even debate it at the referendum. And so there will be passports. It's just then I don't know what I'm going to, because I have to keep my word, man. That's all I am. That's as good.
Let me ask you that because